So it's been a month and a half, 2 months that I've been using this laser. This laser is Roly LaserMatic. This one is the one that comes with the 20 and the 10 watt, and I will explain why I'm using that one instead the 30 watt that seems to be very popular nowadays. So this is actually one of my favorite lasers to use, especially when you want something safe. The reason being, you have a whole enclosure that comes with the laser. You don't need to buy it separately. It's number one. It has a big fan on the back with a 4-inch duct, so you don't need to create adapters. Out of the box, the laser has a Z-axis to work the focal point on the laser. It has a nice lid that has limit switches, or basically contact switches, just like your microwave. If you open it while the laser is running, it will turn off the laser beam. So this is a safe laser to use. It's a full aluminum enclosure on the base, and the base can be removed and raise the laser to do a couple things. And what I have here in my hands is something really neat. So they thought out of the box that you are going to use this laser with big materials, with big tumblers. So they have, even in the manual, you will see that they have a big 32 ounces. And they include this plate that replaces the back of your laser, so you can actually reach a little lower. Another thing that comes in this machine that is actually pretty cool is a honeycomb alignment that is a square with your laser. That being said, whatever you put in the corner that is 0, you check on the software, it's going to be there. You don't need to try to get stuff aligned. You don't need to buy things that I usually create a lot of things for different other machines. This one comes with almost everything. There's a couple of things that I would like to make and do. Things are needed long run, I believe. It has a camera, and not only that, it also gave you the profile of a camera that is pre-calibrated to use on Lightroom, and I used a couple of these coasters to calibrate it, and it was really precise. I've been using it for a while now. I engraved this specific silicone dual color dog tag with this one, and it was pretty fast. I did it with a 20 watt. Now, this switch has something really cool and somehow unique. I saw this in other brands. You can switch from 20 to 10, moving a little switch on the side of the laser. The biggest advantage of this is you don't have to remove physically the head and put another head on your machine, risking ruining your artwork. And as we all know, when you do a 20 watt laser cutting, there are some fine parts that sometimes you want to engrave inside, that the 20 might be a little bit too big of that dot. So you want this fine detail. You just switch the little switch on the side to 10 watt. That will give you the definition that you are looking for. Another thing that is interesting to mention is, let's put this plate inside, the user manual. The user manual is actually pretty nice. It's a nice book, fully in color, and explain every process. Not only you get the explanation of how to start your machine for the first time, you also have the file system, basically the files that are on the USB thumb drive that they gave you to install the laser, so you can see the name of each part that you're going to install in your machine. And then it gave you some specifics on how it's going to operate. They do have a plate for fixtures. I know we call it jigs, original fixtures. So you can set over the working area from the honeycomb you can set a metal plate that has a hole just like a fiber laser. And you will see here that they gave you even the measurements and distance of all the holes, so you can create your own fixtures, your own jigs to get the best out of your laser. It's a pretty nifty machine out of the box. Now, of course, it has some cons. One of the things, the one that I have here is one that was over time developed a little bit more. So there were some things that I found that I'm not going to mention anymore because that's not the case anymore. But I'm gonna give you an example. On the Z-axis, when you move it all the way up, it has a 2 mm difference to the top of the enclosure. So this was too high with the enclosure. You can close the lid or it won't go all the way to the back because it will absolutely hit the back. Now that it's been fixed and they kind of make a different version that actually goes in and out with no problem. So one of the things that I can say about this brand compared to other brands is that they are proactively changing, improving, and getting things as the users requested. So let's take a quick look in some of the things that I found nice. So one of the first things that you are going to notice when you get your Roly machine is the working area. It's a pretty nice size working area, but the honeycomb lines and the way they achieve this, you see these parts in here, little holes, and it has the notches in the area here. So when you put your honeycomb inside, automatically will align. And they also thought about, okay, what happened with people that want to use inches instead centimeters or millimeters, and vice versa. So the honeycomb has two setups: centimeters, millimeters, and inches. You choose whatever works best for you. It has a drag chain system, so there's no cables getting on the way. It has a removable plate, and in this case, with the plate, you have little notches under, so you can set the rotary. And here's the cool thing: just as they provide the profile for the camera with a basic material, so you just need to do the basic alignment, they provide the positioning for the rotary, all these in LightBurn. So with that being said, when you put the rotary, you have your controls in LightBurn to send it to the specific place on the rotary, and you're gonna start your job in no time. Therefore, you're saving time. It has a Wi-Fi, it has a camera, it has an air assist included on the system and routed to the channels. It has a track for the drag chain. It has a honeycomb alignment. It has pretty much everything people look and want on a laser. There is still one thing. It's a really heavy machine. And when I say it's a really heavy machine, all this is aluminum. So if you are thinking that you can move this machine left and right in your shop, think twice, because this is not cheaply made. Price point is super attractive for a person that is starting in the hobby and want to give it a run and get a machine that it will actually give you the best bang for your buck. I think it's a really good machine to start with, and depending how you go with this, you can grow into a big CO2. Like I said with other brands, is this a work machine? It's not a work machine. These are hobby machines. Size, speed, way to do the maintenance is a hobby machine. But I can tell you that this machine is really close to be a professional machine. It has things to improve, like always, but you are right at the door. Can you make money with this machine? Yes, of course you can. Like I said, you can make the dog tags. I will put the link for in the video below. I have a silicone rubber band that I did. Some wood cutting, ornaments, and everything in between. You see all the popular items everywhere. What would I change? I believe that that is more up to the user and more for what you're looking on a laser. In my case, this laser is perfect for my desk. And not only that, it has all the LED lights already there. It's pre-lit, so you have a perfect view of what you are going to be seeing in the camera. Camera is pre-aligned, preset for you. There is a really good support group. I gotta say, the Mark II Roly laser impressed me by far. And I can't wait to see what else is coming on this machine, because I know they're working every time to improve. You get the machine and you find a problem with your machine, it's not going to be a random person talking to you. Most likely it's going to be the CEO. And Leo, the CEO of Roly, is always on top of questions and answers with everyone. And it will walk you through, it will help you out. And hey, I gotta say it, really attractive price point. And you get probably one of the best machines to work out of the box. You will be working with this machine 5 to 10 minutes after you put it out of your desk. Get a hefty desk, it's heavy. Rubber underneath to avoid sliding. It's heavy, it's nice, and depending the kit or the pack that you choose, it will come with absolutely everything. And when I say absolutely everything, they include the hose, they include the air assist pump, everything. Oh, one thing with the air assist pump, you can actually control it like all the new big lasers from Lightburn. So you don't need to flip a switch to turn on and off your air assist. You just need to select what layer you want an air assist on and what layer you want it off in Lightburn. So can you buy a better machine for the cost and what this machine is intended to? I don't think so. I see other machines that are doing similar stuff, and I think this is one of the most complete packages you can get for the money. I'm really wanted to see what else is coming on this machine. Personally, 20 and 10 is the best in the sweet spot for a laser. You can cut fine detail, you can cut relatively quick. 30 watts for me is a little bigger of the spot that I'm not really pleased with, but I'm going to be posting more tests and more videos and more uses, and you will find me in the group as well answering some questions on different people. But for now, kudos to Roly. They really make an amazing machine. And again, please don't take my word for it, but this is the machine that I use on my daily basis lasering. Another machine that I use a lot is behind it, but it's an entry-level machine. It's a hobby machine. This is not your business machine. Production is going to be still a little bit slower. You want a business machine, you will need to start considering CO2 machines. And I'm not going to say a hobby CO2 machine. I'm gonna say a big CO2 machine. So leave your comments, like the video, subscribe to the channel, help us grow the channel, make more reviews, and overall help us to create a better understanding of how these machines work. I will be posting some videos and I will be posting some tutorials on Roly Laser, but everything you need to work in 5 to 10 minutes came in the box. Again, it's a good machine. There's nothing I can complain about. There's nothing I can see that needs to be drastically improved. And the problems that they have in the pre-production one, they were all fixed already. So, as always, Thank you for watching. Don't forget to wear your goggles when you are working on lasers. Doesn't matter what laser it is, and fire the laser.